Welcome back to 90 Seconds Plus with Invercargill City Mayor Nobby. Today we've been demoted or downgraded to the Deputy Mayor's office due to some renovations going on. So tell us about it, Nobby.
Well, they're just doing some minor renovations over the next 2 weeks, and Michael Day, the Chief Executive, is going to be right next door to my office, so I guess that's a promotion for him.
So the infrastructure meeting yesterday, big topic was the buses or lack of them. So what's your thoughts?
So we've had a government subsidy since COVID,
Yep.
which basically means that under 12-year-olds can travel for free, and the older ones running right up to about 25 can get the discount of 50%. So that subsidy's gone. Government's stopped that. So the issue for us is, do we match it, or do we find another way? So we're looking at a range of options. Maybe the buses would only be subsidised for up to 18-year-olds as opposed to 25. It could be that the older people pay maybe a 10% increase, which is what Tom suggested, and that would then subsidise the young ones, because we do want to encourage young people onto buses. But it does beg the question of how many people are currently using it. I mean, every time I see the buses pull out from downtown opposite the Civic, it seems to be little or nobody on the buses. So we've asked the manager concerned to bring us back some data in 2 months' time, so that we can look at the number of people using it and what would happen if we took away that benefit to be on free. So yeah, it's a complex issue about whether we as ratepayers should subsidise free transport or not in our city.
Yeah. We had some comments about some people feel the routes were changed and it's not so as convenient or suitable to certain parts of the city. So that, I guess you've got to take that into account. But I think the biggest thing you have to also consider is the state of some of the bus shelters. I mean, you know, council I guess should be awarded for their innovation. They're air conditioned, or there's no glass, and to protect you from the elements of the rain, hail, snow, and the wind that we get at times. So that has to be a bit of a deterrent as well.
I guess two things about that. The bus routes are always contentious. If you shift one, there's always somebody disadvantaged and somebody advantaged. Certainly the advice that we got from, I think, Councillor Soper at the meeting was that a lot of the immigrant families that we have in the city tend to be out on the periphery of suburbs and often don't have transport, so having access for them to come into town is a good thing. The bus shelters, well, really, I mean, does it matter if you stand for a few minutes waiting for a bus with a raincoat on or an umbrella? I mean, it's all cost, and it's like the low-mow that we do on some of our parks and reserves. People jump up and down about it, don't like the grass being 2 or 3 or 4 inches long. Well, we can happily do it if you want to pay it. The bottom line is you've got to keep the lid on rates, because that's what's hurting people.
So we had a laugh anyway with our meme, so hopefully that'll be added and you'll have a bit of a laugh about the shelters. And the other topic would be Bluff Road or Bluff Highway. Now again, that is such an integral part of our roading network, particularly for down here with all the the exports and everything else that we send down to Bluff and further on to the rest of the world. We sort of got, and there's only one route. If it's shut or locked down, like we've had with accidents, it just stops everything.
So we've done a submission through on the national roads, because it's a state highway, to say that while it's not a road of significance for New Zealand Transport Association going forward, we certainly want some effort put into it. I think they're going to do some work anyway. At times the waves wash over it. I've been backwards and forwards a few times recently. I don't see many potholes, but I do see the sides of the roads where the big heavy trucks are doing the tar ceilings curved up. Yep, and if a car hit that, they'd be in serious trouble. And the amount of trucks that go backwards and forwards to Bluff is just mind-boggling. It would be one of the heaviest concentration of trucks anywhere in the country.
I think it would be.
So we've reworded our submission to them to say, hey, we need some more input into maintaining that road. It's not the fact that it's just single; it needs to be in good condition. We've had a few fatal accidents in the past, and because of the heavy traffic on it.
On Bluff, citing news that the demolition of the old hotel in Bluff has been approved. So, So fingers crossed.
So the consent has been approved for the demolition. It required a demolition plan, so that's been approved today. So within the next couple of days, I guess they'll be into it, which would be a really good thing.
Yeah, that's good. And final thing, I guess this week is obviously the youth crime meeting on Saturday. So you've got a couple you can confirm for that.
So we've got MP Simmons, and we've got the local police commander Mike Bowman coming, and we've got a whole lot of other people involved as well. So it's really a matter of letting our political leaders, which includes councillors, know that what's going on around the city is not good enough. In comparison to other cities, it's probably okay, but it's not good enough for us. We've had a major brawl recently, and we've had a lot of cars stolen, property things, and I know the police are understaffed. Well, when I say understaffed, they have higher priorities of work elsewhere, and I do understand that. But we need to be telling our political leaders in Wellington, when they talk about 500 new cops coming into the police force, we need a share of that. If we don't, we'll end up like some of the other places. So it's really important they get that message, and they realise the impact of some of the young hoons around town. They're just terrible. The language is foul, death threats for people. Now, 99% of the death threats are probably just nothing more than a threat, but it leaves people very vulnerable.
It does, there's no need for that sort of stuff.
No, it's terrible. So 7 o'clock at the Civic Theatre on Saturday, and you get to have your voice. It's all about us listening.
And that's 90 Seconds Plus for this week. Make sure you come along to the public meeting at the Civic Theatre, 7 p.m. on Saturday night. See you there.